feeling on the qualification. To be honest, I don't know if I've genuinely come to terms with the team qualification from 2 weeks ago. We've been so crazy busy. I was away competing again last week. I finished competing on Saturday, flew here Sunday. I'm leaving back to the UK tomorrow. I haven't had time to process. The immediate feeling when we achieved qualification was, to be honest, disbelief a little bit. Going into the qualifying competition, for sure China was the third country, the third nation on paper in terms of rider experience and horsepower. But having said that, we were not that far behind on paper, and we all felt good. We have confidence on our horses. We have 4 years of experience of competing at that level now as a team, and we were quietly confident. And when I finished jumping my round, Chico jumped great, and the Japanese rider had a fence down. The results were taking a long time to come out, and although we were sure we had our qualification place, we weren't 100% certain. So there was a period of 2 or 3 minutes where I said to Adi, I think we've qualified. Do you think we've qualified? Yeah, I think the math is okay. And then when it finally came out, we were just so happy, so relieved. And I think it's really important. It demonstrates that the qualification for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics was nothing to do with luck. We deserve to be here. And I think that is a really big milestone for Chinese equestrianism. In red for me, that's a really good question. For me, the Hangzhou Yayin Hui, the Hangzhou Asian Games, is my second ever opportunity to compete at a home championships in front of a home crowd on home soil, in front of friends, family, and fans. And for me, as a Chinese athlete competing globally, this is a very, very rare and precious opportunity. And for me, this is about being proud to represent China at home. And that is something that I'm really looking forward to, and I really, really cherish. So the selection process up until now has been about potential. Now we're coming into the final 3.5 months leading up to the Hangzhou Asian Games. Also, we have the Olympic qualification in our back pocket. I can really turn my focus from the Paris 2024 qualification process to really genuinely focusing each horse towards the Hangzhou Asian Games. Of course, in the end, only one horse can go, but in my experience, it's best to prepare each horse individually. And closer to the time, because this is sports and because they are athletes, one horse will make it obvious that they are the one in form and they are the right one to take. So there is no answer to your question. It's how long is a piece of string, and exactly when that feeling and that process materializes, I can't give that answer right now. Question. We're still I don't want to avoid your question, but honestly, we're still 3.5 months out. I'm really excited about the team of horses that I have. I think each of these horses can deliver a very exciting result on their best day. But with horses, there are too many factors to take into account. We have to fly the horses all the way around the world. They have to deal with very hot conditions. In Hangzhou, it will be hot and humid, and there will be a lot of pressure. So all I know is that we will do the best that we can, and I really hope that we do well. But at this stage, that's all I can say. Oh, it's so different. Hangzhou is home championships. My last home championships was the Beijing Olympic Games, which, the Beijing Olympic Games didn't go as well as I hoped, but it was my first ever championships. It had so much to do with making me the person that I am today. And although I fell off in Beijing, I was only 18 years old, and I learned so much from it. This time, I come back home 15 years later, 15 years more experienced, with a totally different team of horses. And I think it's just a totally different story. I just hope that in the end it is a totally different story. So very simply put, these next 3.5 months I will be training in my stables in the UK. The reason why we pick to stay at the stables is horses are creatures of habit and routine. Keeping them relaxed and happy and in the same routine and in the same environment until as close as possible is very, very important. They will do some competitions here and there, maybe in Europe as well, to prepare them, but the majority of the training and preparation will be at my stables. So to answer your first question, the Chinese equestrian industry and high-level Chinese equestrian sports is at a really exciting turning point. I really feel that this year. In the past, we've put so much work into getting here, getting team to the Olympic Games, and I think that the time that we can prove that we can consistently deliver qualification is a really exciting moment for us all. Having said that, we are still quite a long way behind the top nations in equestrian sports. Of course, you look at Great Britain, you look at Germany, you look at France. They have many, many years of culture within the sport. That's very difficult to catch up with quickly. And as a result, they have a great depth of experience in their riders and a great depth of horsepower and support. And you know, at the moment in the national Chinese equestrian eventing team, we have 4 riders competing at 4-star internationally, and a number of horses. You know, that's an exciting point to get to, but we have to be realistic and understand that there's still a lot more challenges and developments in the future. We've done a great job so far. We have to do more.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.